Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to discuss an interesting description, narration from the 6th canto of the Ramayana. So in the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, there are 6 cantos. They are called as Kanda. So the last canto, Kanda, is called as Yuddha Kanda. There are other places where the Ramayana has a 7th canto too, 7th volume, the Uttar Kanda. But the Valmiki Ramayana, which we refer to, it has got 6 volumes, 6 Kanda. So the last Kanda or the last volume is called as Yuddha Kanda. Yuddha means fight. So the volume which describes the fight. Now this epic, the Ramayana, or sometimes referred to as the Ramayanam. How do you call it? Ramayana or Ramayanam? Ramayanam? Okay. So in the Ramayana, there is only one fight, big fight, right? There are smaller fights. So which is a big fight?
Rama.
See, both the names are taken in one breath. Rama Ravana. Do you have any idea what could be the meaning of the word Ram? If you do have, then my next question would be, do you have any idea what is the meaning of the word Ravan? Okay, the word Ram, anyone, what does Ram mean? Iti, sorry?
Good person and Ravan is bad person.
Good person, bad person, easiest. So we've already profiled them as good and bad. So in the scriptures, the meaning of Ram has been given. Iti Rama Pade. Rama, this pada. Iti Rama Pade Naso Shabda Brahma Vidiyate. The Shabda Brahma, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, abhidhiyate, is referenced to or is referred to as Ramapadena, by the word Rama, made up of two alphabets, Ra and Ma. Alright? But what we've described is just how the word Ram is used to call out to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What does it mean? Have you heard of yogis? You know what is yoga, yogi? Yes? So when you imagine a yogi, what is the first picture that comes to mind?
Doing meditation.
Meditation, sannyasi, meditation. Basically a good for nothing fellow. Doesn't have a job. Wanders around. At least from our perspective, it could be a good for nothing fellow. But from the Vedic perspective, a very, very evolved personality is a yogi. Because the yogi has learned the science of making good and important connections. Is it important in today's world to make connections? Very important, isn't it? It's all about connections. So yoga means to connect. Yoga means to connect. So yogi is one who's really mastered that art. And if someone has mastered the art of connecting with X, Y, Z, n number of objects in this world, it is not possible to distract that person with meager attributes. You cannot distract a yogi just by telling the yogi, hey, I'll give you $100,000 and you can take it and then you work for me. The yogi is like, I don't need it. A yogi is not distracted by the latest gadget or the fun things that we do. It's not that the yogi abhors such connections. The yogi is least interested in it because the intellect of the yogi has made innumerable connections in this universe. Hence a yogi appears to be renounced. Some of you may call that yogi as a sannyasi, some of them may call the yogi as renounced, somebody may call the yogi as a meditator, someone who does meditation. Yes? So, what could attract a yogi? What could make a yogi go, yes, I want that? Because the yogi is not distracted by our ordinary day-to-day hankerings. What can a yogi hanker for? So the object that the yogi hankers for is Ram. Ramante yoginanante satyananda chidatmani iti Ramapadena so. Shabda Brahma Pidiyate. Alright? So what is the understanding of the word Ram? Ram is the reservoir of all attraction, all pleasure. Is it alright? So Ram is the happy place to be in. What is Ravan?
One who roars, makes sounds. It's the dictionary meaning.
Very close, very close. Roars. Ravan is that which can make others cry in pain. So there was a great personality whose name was Dashagriva. What was the name? Dashagriva. According to legend, most of us who accept such legends, we have faith in those legends. This Dashagriva was immensely powerful. And he also happened to be a fanboy of, you know what fanboys are? Fanboys and fangirls. Do you know what they are? Are any of you fanboys and fangirls? Do you run after celebrities? Sports, entertainment, politics. Do you have a celebrity in mind? You have them on your phone screen. Pictures of them, you follow them. You know this? Fanboy moment, fangirl. Oh, today my favorite celebrity is going to be here, so I'm off duty. Right? So Ravan was a fanboy. Of whom? Lord Shiva. But at the same time, he had an immense potential, a very, very hidden talent, immense potential at being arrogant. I mean, even Ravan would sometimes be surprised at how arrogant can I be. So one day, out of his arrogance, he decided to try out his strength and lift up Mount Kailash with his hands, bare hands. Like, I'm so powerful. But he wouldn't want to lift up Mount Kailash just by itself. He wanted to lift up Mount Kailash with Lord Shiva on it, on the peak of Mount Kailash. You know, sometimes you carry people on a palanquin, a palaki. Ravan wasn't trying to do that. He just wanted to test his strength. So he put his hands under Mount Kailash. He dug his fingers inside under the base of Mount Kailash and started lifting up Mount Kailash. And Mother Parvati, who was sitting with Lord Shiva on the peak of Mount Kailash, she became a little concerned. She's like, look at your child, what is he doing? And Lord Shiva says, well, if that person is my child, then we both are parents of that child. Yes, so, yeah. So Mother Parvati is like, you can't let anyone shake up Mount Kailash like that. So Lord Shiva just put down the tip of his toe, just pressed on it, pressed it down upon the mountain peak. And Ravana's hands and fingers were crushed and started crying out in pain, roaring in pain. But his roar was such that it made all the animals, birds, insects, including humans, cry out in pain, because it was like a banshee sound. It was so screechingly loud and crazy. You know, when the fire alarm goes off, how crazy it is. Is it the fire alarm? The smoke alarm here in the house? I mean, it really hurts your heart, isn't it? Your heartbeat goes for a toss. So when Ravana was crying out in pain, the sound of his voice was so screechingly loud horrible. The whole universe just was crying out aloud in fear and agony. Stop it! Stop it! But he wouldn't stop because. So then Lord Shiva just was pressing down with his toe. He let his toe ease up. And all that pressure on Ravana's forearms, his fingers, that pressure was gone. And with his own strength, Ravana pulled out, Dashagriva pulled out his hands. Because this person was so unique, he could make the entire world cry in agony. Therefore, they lovingly called him Ravan. So, this name was given to him out of love. That no one before you and none after you, na bhuto na bhavishyati, shall be able to make people cry as you have made them cry, shall be able to make all the different species of life cry out in agony and pain. You are Ravana. So Rama, Ravana, Yuddha. The fight. That is a Yuddha Kand. Correct?
Yes.
How many of us love the Ramayana just for that? I mean, the previous volume, the previous Kanda is meant for whenever you're scared, whenever you don't have confidence, whenever there is some pain in your life, whenever you're not sure, then the previous Kanda is meant for that. It is the go-to place in the medicinal cabinet of life, right? Sundarkanda. So, whenever you need a healing touch in life, you go to your medicinal cabinet and there you find out the Sundarkanda. You take your regular dose of Sundarkanda and you feel healed. You get back your confidence. Is that true? But the Yuddha Kanda is what people love, especially children and even grown-up children. The fight. Kumbhakarna, Indrajit, Ravana. Isn't it? So I'm not going to bore you by telling you about the fight. What I'm going to do is, we'll start off after the fight has ended. How's that? For fun. The fight has ended. Okay? So what happens at the end of that fight? Ravana is dead. Ram is victorious. Correct?
Yes.
Ram's army is made up of monkeys and bears. Correct?
Yes.
No, it is not. It is made up of vanaras and rikshas. What is it made up of?
Vanaras and Vrikshas.
Vanar and riksha. Alright? So, whenever you want to describe the army of Lord Ram, please don't use these English words anymore. These English words like bears and monkeys, they are highly mutated forms of what rikshas and vanaras are. And during the mutation, most of their epic qualities of strength and valor has been lost. So Ram's army is made up of
Vanaras.
Vanara and
Vrikshas.
Riksha. Riksha is someone who has very sharp intellect and therefore has clarity of vision. That species is known as Riksha. Aksha, when the word Aksha comes, it means vision, sight. So who is a Riksha? Jambavan is a Riksha. And what is the Riksha species well known for? Intellect. More as they are team leaders, they are visionaries. Is it okay? And Vanara. What does Vanara mean? Vanara means they are so good at what they do that sometimes you wonder, are humans better than them or are they better than humans? That is called as a Vanara. That they are so good at what they do. Like Nala and Neela, they are engineers, it seems like that. They know how to construct bridges across the ocean. So, highly skilled people. That is Vanara. And what are the rikshas? Visionaries. So this is the army of Lord Ram. They have been victorious. So the army general is the king of the Vanara and Riksha community. His name is Sugriv, King Sugriv. And from the community of Ravan, Lord Ram received a lot of help by association of Vibhishan, who is the youngest brother of Ravan. And then we have the one and only, the shadow of Lord Ram. Lakshman. In Ayodhya, people would be convinced, where is Lakshman? Where is Lakshman? Because he's always be in the shadow of Lord Ram. No one could see Lakshman. Why? Because he was so closely associated with Lord Ram, it was like they were just the same person. Okay? Just his shadow image. So everyone is happy. What does Lord Ram do? He calls upon Lakshman. And he says, Lakshman, now that the war is over, we need to look at how the city and the kingdom can be governed properly. That is our duty. Why is that their duty? Because they are the sons of King Dashrath. And who's King Dashrath? King Dashrath is the emperor of the entire world. So hence it becomes their duty to see that if they are involved with any kingdom, that they have to look towards the well-governance of that kingdom. So he called upon Lakshman and he said, we need to see that this kingdom runs properly, it is governed properly. Hence we need to install a king, we need to coronate a king. And I suggest that we coronate Vibhishan as the king of Lanka. So Lakshman was very happy. So Vibhishan's coronation took place twice, according to certain perspectives, certain commentators. Once it happened when Vibhishan took shelter of Lord Ram. Right? Pattabhishekam. Do you know where it happened? In Tamil Nadu. On the ocean shore. Sorry? Close to Rameshwar. Not Rameshwaram exactly, but close to Rameshwar. So now they're going to have the official coronation of Vibhishan. So Lakshman, he makes all arrangements. And the loyal followers of Vibhishan from the Rakshasa community, they were very happy. The members of Lord Ram's army, they were very excited. So Vibhishan was coronated as the king of Lanka. So why didn't Lord Ram ask Sugriv? Because Sugriv is a king by himself. So it would be below Sugriv's stature to coronate another king. But Lakshman can do it. So where is our favorite person in all of this? Our favorite person is Hanumantarao, Anjaneya. Hanuman, where is he? Hanuman is staying by the side with folded palms and is watching all of this unfold. He's so happy to see that Lord Ram is victorious. But Lord Ram has plans for him. Lord Ram calls upon Hanuman. He doesn't do like that. Never. Lord Ram never gestures like that. He just needs to smile. He looks at Hanuman and smiles. And Hanuman comes running to him. Yes, sir. Hanuman says, the war is over. Vibhishan is now king. He is favorable to us. Please go to Sita and let her know about this wonderful victory that we have achieved. Inform her that Vibhishan is now king. Sugriv and his army has been victorious. And come back with any message that Sita has for me. A few questions arise here. Why is Lord Ram not approaching Sita personally?
Cannot enter into the
Because he is Maryada Purushottam. So Maryada Purushottams don't do that. Maryada Purushottams don't approach their wives.
You used to go through channel.
You have to go through channel. That's somebody speaking from experience.
Custom is like in those days.
He cannot enter into the city.
He cannot enter the city because he is still under the vow that he has given to Dashrath Maharaj of being in Vanvas. So he cannot enter city limits at all because then his vow would be broken. And where is Sita? Sita is in Ashok Vatika. And where is Ashok Vatika?
City.
It is Ravana's personal garden. Right there in the city of Lanka. So he asks Hanuman, please go. But another reason is that he knows that Hanuman is itching to go. Hanuman says, can I go? Can I go? Can I go? Can I tell Sita, please? Because he knows that she is a good cook. So if he goes to her with good news, she'll give him a lot of laddus. That's a beautiful connection between Sita and Hanuman. Connection of laddus. If a lot of Hanuman temples, there's a lot of laddus being offered to him. Even in today's times. So Hanumanji, he receives this instruction from Lord Ram, from Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan, and he goes to Ashok Vatika. The garden. And he's run the fastest sprint of his life. He's so eager to be there. When the residents of Lanka see Hanuman running through the streets of their city, what do you think is going through their minds? They've seen him do that before. Just about 3 or 4 weeks prior to this, Hanumanji was running around the city with his tail on fire. And they realized what had happened then. So they're looking at him. But they are very happy to see him. They welcome him. They give him all honor and respect. Please come, because you know that he is from the victorious party. Previously, when Hanumanji had to come to Ashok Vatika, he had to do it incognito. He had to be very careful. But this time, when he's going to Ashok Vatika, he's going in full confidence. Previously, when he had come to Ashok Vatika, he had come with a message of Lord Ram for Sita. This time again, he's going to Ashok Vatika with a message from Lord Ram to Sita. Previously, when he went to Ashok Vatika, he was wondering, will I find Sita there? This time, when he's going to Ashok Vatika, he's like, all right, maybe Sita will come with me back to Lord Ram. So Hanumanji is having so many wonderful thoughts about the union of Shri Sita, Ram. And when we have such thoughts about Sita and Ram within our minds, what do we call that? Shri Sita Rama Kalyanam. Obviously we do the ceremony. But the mood of that ceremony is to bring the two together. So Hanumanji, he went to Ashok Vatika. But before going to Ashok Vatika, Hanumanji knew that he had to follow protocols. Previously, he went as a spy. So the protocol was that no one should be able to recognize him or find out who he was and what was the purpose of his visit, till his purpose was achieved. But this time, he was going as a messenger of Lord Ram who had been victorious and who had anointed Vibhishan as the king of Lanka. So according to protocols, he goes to King Vibhishan and he seeks his permission. Can I go and visit Mother Sita in the garden that is the personal property of the king of this city, of Lankesh? So he goes and takes permission from Vibhishan. The Ramayana always brings in these nuances of what is etiquette, how important it is, especially if we want to have a successful relationship. That etiquette, that maryada, that understanding has to be there. So Hanumanji, he gets the due permission from Vibhishan and he goes straight into Ashok Vatika and he immediately sees Sita. His first visit when he saw Sita, what did he see? He saw a lady in distress. He saw a lady who was in separation. He saw a lady who was least concerned about her welfare because her thoughts were completely immersed in her husband, her Lord, Ramachandra Bhagwan, right? When he goes to visit Sita now obviously the war and its events and the news is reaching to every nook and corner of the city. So when Hanumanji visits Ashok Vatika this time, carrying the message of Lord Ram, he sees Sita from a distance. What does he see? He sees a lady in distress and in pain, because that lady has still not achieved the fulfillment of her desire, which is to be with her Lord. To be with the person that she loves and respects the only person that she loves and respects the most, her husband. So Sita is sitting under that huge vata vriksha. We can call it the banyan tree, the vata vriksha, the vata tree. And she's surrounded by the female guards of the Rakshasa community. And how does the Ramayana describe them as? With what word? Rakshashi. She is surrounded by all Rakshashis. Okay? So just as an auspicious star, constellations and stars. So just as an auspicious constellation of star gets covered up or becomes dulled by the presence of evil omens, similarly Sita appeared to be an auspicious star surrounded by these evil Rakshasis. Sita had no animosity towards any one of them, any single one of them, no animosity. They would taunt her, they would make fun of her, they would try to torture her, they'd try to brainwash her. That is what they try to do. But Vaidehi, Sita, when one can find the ability to transcend one's bodily existence, the body demands fulfillment of pangs of hunger, thirst, fame, attention, etc., 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 fear, anxiety. We need that. Does the body demand it or no? Yes, the body demands. The bodily existence demands that. So a person, any person that can transcend such bodily demands, that person is called as Videha. Deha means body, Videha means beyond the body. So Sita actually is proving by her demeanor that she is Vaidehi. Who's Sita? Vaidehi. She has transcended her bodily existence. She is the supreme goddess. However, in human form, she shows that if you are completely immersed, totally focused internally on the mental platform in a particular object, then you transcend everything else that is around you. Hence, the Bhagavad Gita, the other scriptures, like the Upanishads, they speak of this concept of one focused attention. Not like us. Many of us have had the experience. The most opportune time where we feel we can multitask is when we are offering prayers. I mean, it comes so easy to us. Now, if one is watching, let's say, a cricket match, no multitasking because one wants to watch the match. Or a movie, no multitasking. But prayers, oh my God. It's like that is the time when you want to really size up your house and get everything cleaned up. Prayers, do this, do that, where is this, where is that? Offer prayers. Yeah, Pandit is offering. The priest is offering. But one focused attention. Ekeha Kurunandana. One pointed attention focus is what makes you transcend distractions. What makes a person achieve a platform that is above the regular human platform. You are able to access all those areas of a brain that has been sleeping your entire life. Next, beyond the 2% capacity that we use, we are able to access that. One focused, one pointed attention. Sita, Vaidehi. She observes Hanumanji coming from a distance, because this time Hanumanji is not hiding in a tree. He's walking up to her like, hey, Medha, where is Medha? She's right there. There she is. Hanuman must have done like that. Hey. And Mother Sita must have given him a high five. Not really. Hanumanji is coming towards her. She notices him, but still she is not able to register who he is. So her eyes are seeing Hanuman. She's seeing that image, his form, but it is not registering. And then she has a second look. And then she realizes, oh, this is Hanuman. She looks very calmly at Hanuman. And Hanumanji sees her calm face. Hanumanji is at his very best. He knows he has to give a very good performance right now. Choose every single expression and word carefully. It's like the most stressful interview that Hanumanji has ever given, and is facing his boss. Report. And Hanumanji addresses her as Vaidehi. He says, "Oh Vaidehi, oh mother." Because Hanumanji sees she has transcended the bodily platform. Ram! And Sita is all ears now. It's like she has been plugged into the energy source. You know, when you plug in your gadget and suddenly blip, the light shines. Ram, along with Sugriva and Lakshman and his friend Vibhishan and their army of Vanaras and Rikshas, they are all doing very well. See, Lord Ram, this is what he had asked him to go and inform Sita, right? That everyone is doing well. So he does exactly that. Having defeated the enemy who is now dead and slain, Lord Ram is conveying his well-being unto you. He wants you to know that he is healthy and doing well. Ram, with the help from Vibhishan and Sugriva and his army and the mighty armed Lakshman, he put an end to Ravan. Very specifically, he's choosing his words. He's saying Ram did it, but at the same time, he's very careful because he understands. How would Mother Sita feel if only Lord Ram's name is taken in a fight? She'll be concerned. So he says, Sugriva was there, Vibhishan was there. He never takes his name. And the entire army of Sugriva, with their help. If we read this passage very, very intently from the Ramayana, not just this, there are various passages. It's really amazing that what a deep psychological understanding has been given by Valmiki Rishi. Having been trained in science, you can actually, either you take the scriptures just to be like, okay, this will give us blessings and all that. It is very good because it does give blessings. But then our educated mind will seek, we are all educated people, so we'll seek solace somewhere else for satisfying our curious intellect. This could be a study on how to be a good psychologist. To try and decipher the psyche of another person in front of you. That's why the Ramayana is, these epics, the Ramayana, the Puranas, Itihasas, Mahabharata. For generations, people have been receiving life lessons from them. They did not need, before NTR came on the scene. People would be dedicated and completely addicted to dramas. Right? Bhakta Prahlad, Raja Harishchandra, those kind of dramas would be enacted village to village, city to city. And then NTR came for Telugu people. Not your generation, the previous generation. Your generation, I don't know. Do you think you are the generation from NTR's times?
Yeah, parents at that time.
Ah, yeah, but children.
Or children now.
He was NTR, so majestic. He would raise his dhanush and people would, Ram. Great actor, right?
Yes.
But what would he do if there was no Lord Ramchandra being described in the Ramayana? He should pay some royalty to the author of God searching to where is Valmiki Rishi and pay him royalty. He must be doing that somewhere, No longer here with us, right? Okay, let me not transgress anymore. Ramachandra Raghuvira, Ramachandra Ranadhira. The mighty Ram, who's Raghubir, the most valiant amongst the Raghu dynasty, who upholds the values of the Raghu dynasty. He inquires about your welfare. Are you okay? He's very happy. Who's asking? Raghubira Ranadhira. Victorious in battle. Ranadhir. Who's that? Our Lord Ram. Yes? And then he starts quoting Lord Ram. It is as if this were a movie and I was enacting that part, then I would, right now, Hanumanji would morph into Lord Ramchandra. You know how they do it in movies? So the image of Hanuman would be overlapped by Lord Ram. So now Lord Ram is speaking to Sita. My dear Sita, I have great news for you. I have come here, and according to our plan, we have been victorious And He Dharmagnya, Dharmanishthe, O you who are the very embodiment of all auspicious and religious values, O Sita, this has been possible just by your prowess, your prabha, your prowess. Lord Ram would have never ever come to Lanka if Sita were not there. That is what it takes to bring God to a place where history is going to be made, where the name of God will be flourishing for all times to come. What does it take? It takes the supreme energy, the supreme goddess, Sita. It is for Sita that Lord Ram has come to Lanka. Yes. Therefore, Sita, this victory is ours. Please give up all of your worries and be at ease. Sita would, hey husband dear, it's very easy for you to say and be at ease. You came riding on an army's back. I have been here under this tree for entire 11 months and more, still counting. Me being at ease, look around me. There are these Rakshasas. That is not how Sita responded. But what if Sita would have responded like that? Hanumanji is not going to take chances because Lord Ramchandra has perfectly instructed him. Therefore, Hanumanji is just expanding on that instruction. Hanumanji says, Ravana has been slain, so no longer will he come here and terrify you anymore. Lanka is no longer under the control of Ravan. And then, in a very melodramatic way, the words of Lord Ram is being spoken by Hanuman. Lord Ram says, Sita, even I have spent sleepless nights. I have spent nights staying wide awake, lying on the harsh, hard ground, crying tears for you. I constructed a bridge over the ocean, a bridge made up of floating rocks, and the mighty ocean, its two shores were bound by that bridge. You wanted me to be here to redeem your honor. You are concerned about my prestige. All that you had pledged and which had become my pledge, all of that has been redeemed now. Hence, be at ease. Don't be terrified anymore. I know you may not like this place because all this place does is bring back those memories of being separate from me, being away from me. But let me tell you that now you need not worry that you're still in Ravana's city, in Ravana's home, because all of Lanka is now under the control of Vibhishan. And Vibhishan is totally and completely dedicated to you. Therefore, set your mind at ease and trust in yourself and your instinct. Trust the thought that you're not in anyone, in somebody, some unknown person's home. You're actually in your own house, because Vibhishan, he respects you as his queen. Vibhishan considers himself to be your subject. You're his majestic queen, the ruler. So this city is now your city. It is your home. And Vibhishan is very, very happy to offer this to you. He's very eager to come and offer you that respect, the respect that you deserve, and which was not given to you by Ravan. Vibhishan will come and offer you this. Sita's face that was calm now shone, hearing these words of Hanumanji. It shone up brilliantly like a full moon. Brilliant, shining, effulgent. But her lips were tightly sealed. She had not spoken a single word. And Hanumanji had come to the end of his presentation. Hanumanji is feeling like a little child who's standing on stage. He's done with his presentation and then he's like, what do I do now? He doesn't know what to do. Therefore, very, very innocently, he asks her, what are you thinking about, oh Mother Sita? Please speak up. And when Hanumanji requests her in such innocence, Sita suddenly finds her voice in extreme joy, and her voice choked with happiness. Sita said, "Oh son, I was so carried away by joyful happiness on hearing the happy news of the victory of my husband that speech deserted me. I was speechless. And try as hard as I might, oh great personality, I'm not able to find the appropriate words to thank you enough for the happy news that you brought. I know I should reciprocate. I know that is what is the correct thing to do, it is a normal thing to do. But I feel so very helpless. For what can I offer you? Is there anything in existence that I can offer you in return for what wonderful news that you have brought unto me? All the gold, all the silver, all the jewels and diamonds, and even the sovereignty of the three worlds, Bhu Bhuva Swaha, even that is meager to match the wonderful news that you are the bearer of. So what should I say? How can I reciprocate with you? I am unable to do anything in return. And when Hanumanji heard this, Hanumanji felt so loved and so humbled. With joint palms, Hanumanji said, Bharto priyahite yukte Bhartur vijayakankshini snigdhamevam vidham vakyam tvamevarhasi bhashitum. Says, oh mother, It is befitting because only you are the only person, and it befits you. You who constantly think about the welfare of your husband, who are constantly wishing for his good health, his victory, his success. Who else but you can speak such appropriate and endearing words? My dear mother, these words are so attractive, they are so overpowering, and at the same time so poignant because it reflects your helplessness. These words of yours are more pleasing and worth much more than all the wealth of the entire universe. I feel completely fulfilled and satisfied hearing your words of praise for me. Even if somebody offers me the sovereignty of Swargaloka, the upper planetary system, with all of its pleasures and all of its assets, I would trade it any day just for these beautiful words and sentences of yours. And dear mother, what I have received from you in the form of these words of praise and gratitude, they are the icing on the cake, because the cake had already been served. Seeing Lord Ram victorious over that ingrate Ravana, who kidnapped you and took you away from Lord Ram, seeing him victorious over Ravan is many, many times greater and much more than having sovereignty of heaven or beyond. I've already been satisfied. And now with hearing your words, I'm totally floored. Hanumanji, it takes a lot to floor him. When Janaki, she heard these words of Vayuputra Hanuman, son of Vayudev, it brought a smile to her face. This is my son. It's like she felt proud of Hanuman. It's like, wow, today my motherhood has been fulfilled. Such decency, such culture. Oh, mother. Hanumanji addressed her like that. In immense pride for Hanuman, she said, you alone, you are the only person who can say such extraordinarily well-chosen words, ornate, with so many alankaras, so many wonderful qualities. It is quite evident that Hanuman, not only are you the son of Vayu, not only are you the personification of dharma or all auspicious and religious values, you are endowed without a doubt with strength, heroism, scholarship, prowess, forbearance. Hanumanji is hearing Mother Sita praise him and go on and on and on. When Hanumanji heard his praise, don't you think Hanumanji could have said, can we go to Dairy Queen's please for an ice cream? Can I have that? Because at his DQs he gets laddus. Ice cream. His daily quota of laddus. That is his DQ. In a very humble and composed manner, Hanuman being Hanuman, he looks at Sita and he's like, I have done work for Lord Ram. Now I need to prove myself to be the son of Sita. I need to do something for her. So in high spirits, with hands folded, in respect for her, he says, if you permit me, I would like to kill all of these cruel Rakshasis. When they look at you, it's as if they were going to eat you up. That is how the glance appears to be. It's so cruel. And they have such terrible form and behavior. They have no sense of fashion. No sense of fashion. They have constantly harassed you. You, the one, who would harass you? You're such a simple lady. You're just dedicated to your husband. They would make you cry. This is a beautiful garden. It is called as Ashoka Vatika, the garden where no one cries, and still they made you cry in this garden. An impossible task. They made you do that. These agents of evil, these ladies with their evil faces, crooked faces, who have terrible words for you, as ordered by their master Ravan, who would torture you, I would like to kill them. I would like to scratch their ears and bite their... Now Hanumanji is really being graphic. I don't know if I should be as graphic. Because this is a form of Hanuman that is called as Panchamukhi Hanuman. With him you have to be careful. Yes? Because with him it is tit for tat. That's his universal form. His Virata form. Panchamukhi Hanuman. Isn't it? Yes. It is interesting how Hanumanji plays his part to perfection. I'd like to pull at their hairs and pull it out of their scalp. I would like to hit them with my... And these are ladies, and Hanumanji is like... He's always followed that norm. No ladies' home. He's saying, I want to hit them hard with my knees and throw them around, pick them by the legs, and okay, so on and so forth. Alright? This is what I want to do. Sita, she listened to all this entire emotional outburst of Hanuman. And in a very, very dignified manner. She has such dignity, Mother Sita, in the Ramayana. You can feel her grace. You can feel that energy, that vibe, that power that she has. She's quiet. She listens to what Hanuman is, and whatever he's saying is true. She has had personal experience of it. Every single day, 24/7. So many days at an end. Like violence. The kind lady, by her grace, she found her heart to be filled with sympathy for these ladies. And she empathized with their distress. their distress. She has empathy for their distress. How is that? And Sita says, how could one be angry? O Vanararaj, Vanarasreshta, best of your community. How could one ever be angry with these women who are under the protection and control of their king? They are simply carrying out the orders of others, being the obedient servants that they are. They are not at fault, because if they would have not followed the orders, then they would have been tortured. They would have been beaten up. They had no choice. It was either the fire or the fall. And then Valmiki Rishi, he always comes with twists. So this is his twist. Bhagya Vaishamya Doshena Purustad Dushkritena Cha Mayaitat Prapyate Sarvam Swakritam Shupabhujyate. Oh. This is Vedic culture at its best. This is what you and I have been trained in by generations of our ancestors. Because fortunately, we had the opportunity to be born in a family that understood Vedic values. How do you even begin to find a resolution to such events in your life? Because such events create so much negativity, so much pain, hurt. Your psyche is completely destroyed and infected by negativity. And Sita had to endure all of that. So how do you cope with it? What is a coping mechanism? And do you know what is the truth? In our lives, our parents and grandparents, they gave us this coping mechanism. It's not that we are fatalistic. It is not that we try to play being victims. It is not our victim mentality. It is just a coping mechanism that works really well. Doshena Vaisham Bhagya. Bhagya Doshena Vaishamya. Bhagya Vaishamya Doshena. When we are not able to figure out why things are being so blatantly difficult in our lives, then it is this mechanism that has been passed on from generation to generation that makes us look at us and to see if there is any reason for our actions to be analyzed. Sita says, I had to undergo all of these trials and tribulations because somehow or the other it is fate. Why me and why no one else? If we have no proper grounding in Vedic culture, then this question can actually make us become very, very aggressive and totally disconnected from our surroundings. Why me? Why not anyone else? Why did this happen to me only? That is one way, that is one approach. There are no answers there. And it's very difficult to find healing through that path. And the other approach is, why me? Why no one else? Is it because of what I must have done previously? So now, at least we can begin on the process of healing, like, now onwards, I have to be very careful. Today onwards, present day, present time, for the future, I have to be very careful that fate does not bring in any more such realities in life, such experiences in life. Let me be careful about it. Let me be very thoughtful. Purustat dushkritena cha. Maybe in the past, I have forgotten. But in this world is simply an exchange of energies. So the energy pool does not forget. I create an action, there is going to be a reaction. When, where, how, that is not within my determination. So she is saying, first of all, these ladies have been ordered by their king to torture me. So why blame them? And then she says, my own fate. Why is it that I was kidnapped? How is it that I am in this situation? Maybe it is my past. Maybe I must have acted unjustly in my past. And hence, this is the treatment I am getting in my present. Swakritam shupa bhojyate. Every single person has to pay for their actions. Done. Growing up with that philosophy, I found it very helpful. I have found many other people cope up with so many things that happen in life because of this philosophy. I'm not sure why this is happening to me right now. Maybe I'll never figure it out. But now onwards, I will be so attentive that never ever should I commit an action that could bring on such reactions. And this is the Vedic philosophy. This is Vaishnavism. Vaishnavism is not about how I have been victimized if one has had very, very challenging episodes in life. Yes, one must take the legal remedies for that. That is needed in society, because we cannot let society be governed by such horrible acts of violence. So society cannot be governed like that. Society has to be a decent place for people to be very productive. But on the mental platform, on the psychological level, how do I heal? I try to be a better version of myself, knowing very well that every action of mine will come back in the form of a reaction. And then she says, these ladies, they harassed me because they were under the orders of Ravan. Now the king is dead. There is no need for them to harass me anymore. So Hanuman, why should we unnecessarily punish them? And then Sita, she brings in a very, very interesting, or she narrates, she borrows from a ancient story that must have been told to her, a Puranic story, wherein a beautiful message is being given. What is the message? Because this message is so beautiful, I think we should all participate in it. So I will recite slowly and you can respond in chorus, in unison. Is it alright?
Yeah, sure.
Na para papamadatte paresham papakarmanam samayo rakshitavyastu santas charitra bhushanah. Okay, now let us do it in according to the shloka. What is it called as the melody? Na para papamadatte paresham papakarmanam samayo rakshitavyastu santash charitra bhushanah. Santa charitra bhushanah. Santa means a decent person. You can also say a saintly personality. But Santa means a decent person. Okay? Charitra, what is the personality? What is the swabhava? What is the nature of a decent human? The attributes. The ornaments, qualitative ornaments that such a decent human has. Charitra bhushana. Those attributes. What are the attributes which can be used as ornaments to decorate our own person, our own psyche, our own personality, our nature? Na paraha papamadatte paresham papa karmana. A santa or somebody who has worked on his consciousness or her consciousness and has let the consciousness evolve to a platform where a person does not focus on that which is papa or evil in others. The person knows what is papa, what is evil. For example, let's say I'm an evolved person. Is it alright if I'm an evolved person? Is it okay?
Yes.
Alright, thank you. So let's say I'm an evolved person. So what does that mean according to this verse? It means that I know what is evil. I will try to see that I do not partake of evil, nor does society partake of evil. Because it's not helpful, right? However, because I am a Santa Charitra, I have Santa Charitra, I have decorated myself with these ornaments of decency, I will not focus on evil. I'll deal with it and let it go. So I will not focus on evil. I will not gossip about it. I will not ruminate on it. I will not become fearful because of, oh, what else could happen? None of that. I will not focus on the evil in others, nor will I focus on their evil deeds. Do you know in the past, this is what they had done, this is their record? I will not do that. I don't have time for that. Why? Because I'm a decent person. Does it make sense? So, an evolved soul would not focus on the evil in others nor in their evil deeds. That doesn't mean that they turn a blind eye to evil in this world. No, they handle it. They take care of it. They see to it that there should not be any evil happening around them, either in their lives personally or in society. They try their best to do that. But their intent is not to focus on evil, because their intent is to focus on good. The intent is not to speak about others' evil deeds. Their intent is to speak about the good deeds in the persons that have performed good deeds. Because we want to create a positive atmosphere. We cannot live on negativity. Humans do not survive on negativity. Humans are careful about negative influence. They know how to protect themselves from negative influence. But as humans, we cannot survive. We cannot consume negativity. What can we consume? Positivity. Sat vichar it is called as. Not du vichar. Sat vichar. Positivity. Right? So an evolved soul does not focus on the evil in others or in the evil deeds, but on what does it focus on? Good in others. I was waiting for all of you to do that because I led you to it. That is what I spoke. That is what I would want to do. But what does this verse say? It says, Samayo rakshita, rakshitavyastu, dharmo, rakshita, rakshita. So my focus is on the principles, values that have been passed down through generations as dharma, as principles of reality, truth. In English we call it religiosity, but in Hindi, Sanskrit, Telugu, there is no equivalent to the word religiosity because this word has very limited meaning. It refers to ritualistic practices. We in Sanskrit call it as dharma. Dharma means truth. Dharma means reality. Dharma means existence, who we are, who each one of us is in any and every species of life, whether it's a swan, a dog, whether it's a husky, an elephant. Pandita Samadarshina. Right? Bhagavad Gita, the verse is there. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shupakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Yes? So we always try to focus on this value system that has been so very considerately offered to us in this human form of life, which is called as Satya, Parama, Dharma. That value system. That is what an evolved person does. Samayo rakshitavyastu. So Sita speaks about this verse, correct? But she is bringing in a reference of this verse, and who is this reference from? It is from a rickshaw, a bear, not from the Ramayana, but an actual grizzly, a bear. Why is the rickshaw speaking like that? So according to the reference, once upon a time a human like me and you was trying to run away from the jaws of an angry tiger. Vyagra. Tiger. So we run and run and run, but can we outrun a tiger? We cannot outrun a tiger. Therefore we are more intelligent. What do? We climb up a tree. So this person climbed up the tree. You know this person? It is somebody like you and me. Climbed up the tree. The tiger, no, tigers can climb up trees too, but this tiger was a little lazy, I guess. He said, let this person come down. Has to go for a washroom break or something like that. Let me be patient. Tiger sits down. But the human would not come down the tree. On the same tree, on another branch, unknown to the human, is resting a bear. A bear is asleep on that branch. The tiger notices the bear. The tiger goes shh, shh, in animal language, animal code that only tigers and bears know. So the bear wakes up. He's like, grizzly bears, they like to sleep. That's correct, right? So those who sleep are like complete the following sentences. Dot, dot. Who sleep a lot. Anyway, push the man down. The bear says, what? I was the first on this tree, therefore this tree is my home, this man is a guest. How can I mistreat a guest? The tiger says, oh my God, this is my bad day. I had to meet a decent bear today. Of all these. Like, looks like has Harekrishna Tilak. Must be going to ISKCON. Maybe not going to ISKCON. Decent bear. So bear goes off to sleep. So time passes, another couple of hours. Then the bear, the tiger, whispers to the human. And he says, shh, I will let you go. But I'm hungry, I need to food, What can I do? I cannot be a vegetarian, I have to eat raw flesh. I have nothing against you. We can be good friends. But as friends, you have to help me out. Why don't you push down the bear and eat the bear? And I'll let you go. The human thinks it is a good idea. You know why?
He is saved.
It can be said.
No, because a human is like you and me, not a bear. We do that. To be safe, we think it's okay to sacrifice another person's life. Sometimes we use nice words for it as collateral damage. If there are no wars, no conflict, there's no collateral damage to happen. Anyways, push the bear. The bear was already sleepy, groggy. He's like, oh, what happened? What happened? He really pushes hard, the bear falls. But the bears have sharp claws. Arms flailing. The bear catches upon a lower branch, holds on to it, climbs up on it, and saves itself. And the tiger's like, okay, I have to improvise immediately. Just see, this is what humans are. This is their nature. They cannot be trusted. Why don't you just throw this human down onto me? And then the bear says this. This is the bear's statement. He says, fate brought this man here, and it is fate that I had to be pushed, I had to be faced with the danger where the man pushed me down. But then, it must be because of my past actions. So why should I give up my values and principles? This is what was taught to me by my parents, by my grandparents, the society that I lived in, that if I am safe, no longer in danger, then why should I put someone else in harm's way unnecessarily? Plus, the man is a guest. Atithi Devo Bhava. So Sita, she narrates this story through this verse to Hanumanji. And Sita says, it is true that these Rakshasas, they go around taking any form at will and they inflict pain on others, on almost everyone. They commit sinful deeds. Even then, if something is inappropriate, it should not be done unto them too. We should not become like Rakshasas. We should have some sanity. That is what Sita says. When Hanumanji heard this, he's like, how in the world would I have been able to bring out this side of my mother? This is her glory. Though sometimes the Ramayana is not as much of a glory of Ram as it is of Sita. Sometimes personally that is what I think. The Ramayana is simply to glorify Sita. When Hanumanji heard this, he says, you endowed with such noble qualities. You are worthy of being the consort of Lord Ram. Lord Ram is the fortunate one here. He is the proponent of dharma, and you are the upholder of dharma. And that is why when we say Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. When we say Sita Ram, it's dharma raised to the power of 2. Dharma square. My dear mother, please give me a message for Lord Ram. Because Sita was definitely not going to budge from there. And Lord Ram cannot come in. So Lakshmana has to become the conduit now in the future. So that's another story. But at least I can be the messenger, a message bearer. Please give me a message for Lord Ram. And what does Sita? What is her message for Lord Ram? Vaidehi, Janakanandini, Sita, she says, O Vanar Sreshta, O with the best of your community, please give this message to my dear Ram. I wish to see my husband. That is only message. Most probably she knows that along with him will come his credit cards, his bank balance. But no. When Hanumanji of sage-like qualities, he hears those words of hers, Hanumanji is just amazed. This day, this very day, Lord Ram, whose face glows like the full moon, who has friends like Sugriv and Vibhishan, and who is perfectly capable of destroying his enemies, along with Lakshman, will definitely come to you, just as the king of heaven goes to his queen Sachi. You'll definitely see Lord Ramchandra along with Lakshman. And then Hanumanji left with immense speed to give this message to Lord Ram. Lord Ram was very happy. And with that we come to the happy ending of today's presentation. So this is compassion, extreme compassion. And that is what we kind of expect from the Supreme Goddess of Fortune. Maithili, the Supreme Goddess of Fortune. She is what gives hope to spiritual practitioners. See, she is someone who represents their shelter, their goal. And whenever we get an opportunity to glorify her, to hear about her, we feel very, very fortunate. Those moments of our life, they are worth much more than all the wealth, assets and luxuries of this world. And we are very, very fortunate that we have an opportunity to hear about the glories of Mother Sita, who's the ocean of supreme compassion. At the same time, she is insanely thoughtful. Therefore, she is mercy personified. So let us sincerely chant the names of the Supreme Lordship. In Kali Yuga, the present age, the age that we live in, this benediction is afforded in the form of the holy names, not different from Sita. So we chant the Harekrishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Any feedback? Any comments? Gita's friend is pointing towards Medha. And I did notice her pointing her finger towards you. So, are you into her mind? Do you know that she has a comment? Dad, what do you think? Does she have a comment? No?
Might have questions, but I don't know.
She may have questions. You don't have any questions? Okay.
You can take any questions.
Doesn't he have a very glowing smile? Just look at his smile.
So which is always.
Like father, like daughter. So, should we stop? Does anyone have any questions or comments to offer? Did I manage to keep all of you awake? I did? Okay, so now you can have nice prashadi. I kind of developed your appetite, I guess, staying awake for such a long time. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Yeah. Bless Rohini Priya Prabhuji ki jai.
Yeah.
Prashant prayers.
Ah, right.